Very good evening to you all. Sri Kumaraswamy Mahavidyalaya Avsa, District Latur in Maharashtra State. It's organized an international e-conference. It's a daily webinar series. For today's session, on the dais is Honorable Professor M. Rajini ma'am. I heartily welcome to you, madam. I welcome the chief organizer of an international conference, Honorable Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, and I heartily welcome to all dear attendees. The topic for today's presentation is NEP, National Education Policy 2020. The topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, today's keynote speaker, Professor M. Rajini ma'am. Now let me introduce in short about the keynote speaker. Professor M. Rajini ma'am. Now let me focus upon her education. She have completed MA English and Hindi, also B.Ed, then BCS, MCS, MPhil, PhD, then BHP, PGD, CA, then PhD in Honors from USA, also a founder and chairperson, Lakshyam Educational Groups. International Commissioner HSG under the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports Directors, Apollo Paramedical and Nursing Councils. So this is a short introduction, I think. So now I request to you, madam, for the topic which you are going to present. Please welcome. You are most welcome, madam, please.
Namaste, one and all gathered here for this international conference. Thank you for the opportunity given by the university, and we are very happy to share about the national education policy. I am Dr. Rajini here, Bharata Siksha Ratna awardee, and for the national education policy, as you all well known, prior to start about the topic, I would like to wish you all happy Guru Purnima. So today is the auspicious day. After that only we started celebrating our Teachers' Day. It is on behalf of the Sarvapalli Radhakrishna. But prior to that, this was the only one day which we offer respect and give our tribute to all our gurus. So now let us ISRO K. Kasturi Rangam and team. You know, when the world was in Corona, in times of the Corona, in 2019, we were been in the pandemic. At that time, the government has started the initiative of this national education policy, and the draft was introduced in 2019. And it was created especially to transform the Indian education system and the addressing the challenges and issues that is existing, with the goal of developing India into a global knowledge superpower hub. So it was in 2020, national education policy was being introduced in India. As you all know very well in the education field, myself, I'm there in the education field for more than 33 years. I'm also one of the NEP member where we have given hundreds of points into the national education policy, which was being introduced into that through the education minister and the governor of Manipur. We have given this, and it was a nice experience, we can say, because was taken, it was taken from the each and every corner of the state, and every teacher and edu leaders, whoever they were present in the field of schools and colleges, they have contributed on their part. So it was not government introducing, it is the educators forum and everyone, what we were teaching in our schools, it was being made a chunk and they have introduced this national education policy. So this national education policy was implemented across India with the goal of overhauling the country education system from the primary to college system, the KG to PG and PhD also. As I told you, the group of experts, whatever the changes they made in the education system from the school level to the college level, whatever it is, it was taken, the suggestions, everything. As you know, in the year of 2020, when the national education policy has taken care, the Ministry of Human Development, Human Resource Development, HRDM, has been changed the name into Ministry of Education. It was directly under the control of the Prime Minister. So even now, there are a lot of changes are there. Still people having a doubt how to go about it. That was the main reason in national education policy. They have made it as a 4 parts, like education, what are the systems they were been doing, and in the primary education, higher education, and the implementation part. The implementation part itself is given a huge volume, how to implement in the schools and colleges. And apart from that, the pre-primary education, though it was there in the schools, whether it is a CBSE school or a government school or a government aided school or whatever it is, for more than 100 years, there was no any proper system was there. I am the author of 675 textbooks across the globe. My books have been used right from the kindergarten to 8th standard. All the subjects I have been authored. From 6th to 10th, I have authored maths and science. Even for English +1 and mathematics +1 also I have authored for NCERT. So in this regard, when it comes to the kindergarten session, there was nothing called a proper curriculum followed. When the people approached me, the Siradi publications, to start my KG books, kindergarten books, they asked me how many days you will take for completion of this. I said it is numerics and alphabets only within 1 week I'll complete. Then they said they were looking on each of their faces and they said that no, you take your own time and make it at least 1 year. I said for writing ABCD, it's not a proper thing. I can complete it. But I took for writing alphabets, numbers, the teacher manual, and everything in the year of 2004, in between 2004 and 7, I took nearly 2.5 years to complete those books. Why? Because at that time was the one where I have introduced each and every topics, whatever is possible into that. And that was the period where I have introduced the IPAR. It is, IPAR is the Indian Positive Attitude Rhymes. The entire textbook can be converted into the form of music because I am a music lover. I'm also a classical dancer. Because of that, I had the craze. Whenever I feel the lessons are tough, I need to practice in a different way. With the form of music, I used to remember the things. That was the main agenda why I created that. Moreover, 75 songs which have been implemented for each and every, even for handwriting, the line, inner lines, how they have to write, and the outer line, what they have to touch, like each and everything. This, you may not get it in Google, only in the textbooks it's available. And the publication, Techno publication, it's situated in Delhi also. I am the pioneer author of the books for all the subjects. So this was the journey, how it has started initially. So all these implementations, whatever we have introduced in the schools, these are all things have been implemented in the NEP also. So this NEP is totally innovative education system, we can say, because it has brought lot of changes, many changes it has brought. It is totally, earlier, the education system was totally teacher centric. So the teacher only as a guru they will be treating, and they will be watching and they will be listening. There will be a passive listener where the teachers will be teaching. Later sometime, it was taken into chalk and talk method. So the teacher will be using the teaching aid of the board and the textbook or any other chart or an activity, something like that, to explain the students. But now, based on the 21st century skills, it is very, very important to introduce this national education policy. It is relevant for the 21st century skills. It is totally a student centric. How a student can learn. It's not only the numeric and alphabets, numbers they'll be learning. They will be learning more and more the education system, how to prepare the students, how to make them understand the concepts of all the concept definition and formulas in all the subjects. So this was the main agenda in the national education policy, in that the first foremost thing is the curriculum development. So it has revamped the curriculum that focus on the critical thinking. So how a child can think about critically, how they can solve the problem. It is totally based on the experimental learning. Earlier, when the curriculum was there, it was like a godfather for the teachers. They will be following whatever it is, even if it is updated according to the era of now, the present scenario or not. We will be reading the same, and because it is printed in the textbook, so we are been following the same thing. So it was in that situation. But the curriculum of each and everything was revamped, because in the ancient education system, India was one of the leading thing in that. But now, you know very well, a small country in Finland, it was taken up the position. I was being sent by the government for the Finland for the workshop and visit the places before this in 2010, when the CCE was started, the continuous comprehensive evaluation. So it was there up to 2016. After 2016 only, they have withdrawn the CCE pattern for the school education, and then they have started doing the research how the education can be into the market of global market to make a superpower of India in education, like earlier. So it was the thing why the structure of the school education also changed. Earlier it was 10 plus 1 and plus 2. In some of the states, plus 1 and plus 2 will be as a junior college. But the national education policy brought the structure into a 5 years. It is a basic and fundamentals from pre-KG, LKG, UKG and first standard and second standard. Then 3 years, it is a primary curriculum. And then the another 3 years, 6th, 7th, 8th, it's a middle class. After that, 9th to 12th, the 4-year structure they brought. So it was a new structure replaced with the 10 plus 2, and they have started this fundamental, preparatory and middle school and secondary education system, which was followed now in most of the schools. From 2020 onwards, it's used successfully. And it was a examination pattern also when it comes to the assessment form. It emphasizes the continuous assessment. Earlier, the child will be performing in quarterly, half-yearly will be very nice. Even the unit test, midterm test, they'll perform very nice. And due to some reason, due to the health reason, due to any other circumstances, if the child could not attend the final examination, then the final examination marks only will be taken care. But now the assessment pattern has got a thorough reformation, because throughout the year, whatever the child is taking, whether it is a slip test or daily, the way how they are behaving with the teachers, the way how they are behaving with the peer group, inside the classroom, whatever the condition of the behavioral pattern it was there, everything is considered into a assessment pattern, so that the child will not be securing less marks or anything. So this was a beautiful agenda which was prepared by the national education policy, so that the students can give more and more concentration on the practical examination also. So this board examination got no high stakes board examination for the students until grade 10 comes. So there is a lot of pressure will not be there. Even the textbooks pattern, when they prepared the curriculum also, they are giving a first paragraph about how this lesson, the concept, definition or formula is useful in our life skills. If you are learning a formula of algorithm or whatever it is, how this formula is used in our life skill, the reason why we are studying this thing. So this was given very clearly to the children so that the child can understand the importance of the lesson and the real life application, how it can be in the life. So this was the main agenda in the national education policy system. Then teacher empowerment. Usually the national level of CBSE schools or whatever the schools, I have studied my B.Ed 33 years back. Every day there is a change. Every day, whatever the statistics we are giving, that all are having some changes. So we have to update our knowledge. If we are not updating our knowledge, we may get outdated. So that was the main reason before the 10th standard results, when you are registering into the portal with the students and everything, the first question it will be whether you have completed the teachers training course or not. 7 days of the teacher training is mandatory. So based on this, the teachers can empowered with the training and autonomy and accountability will be focusing on this. So the teachers training, it was become very, very essential and mandatory in the national education policy, irrespective of KG or primary or middle school, high school or higher education, whatever it is. Then inclusive education. Inclusive education is nothing but it emphasizes the inclusive education for the children with disabilities. Because nowadays you can see that most of the children will have hyperactive children. They have the not visible disabilities and they have lot of mental stress and agony or so many other aspects will be there. ADHD, dyslexia, such type of problems will be there for the students. And these students also taken into consideration, and the inclusive education gives an opportunity for those students also. So that was a very good initiative by them. Then vocational education. Vocational education is an integration of the vocational training from the early age itself, right? From 6th standard, 7th standard in the middle group itself, the child has to take up any of the club activity kind of thing as a vocational training, and it will be there. See, when I was studying in a government aided school, every year, right from the first standard, we used to have some vocational training programs from our school, like basket doing or any other decorative items, whatever it is, or like a garland making, something like that with the pearls. We all sit and do together, and on the last day, the farewell party day, we'll exchange the gift as a gift from the teacher we'll receive. So this was a beautiful idea which was there in our system from the government school itself. But whatever we are forgetting to follow or adapt those previous educational teaching aids and everything, nowadays the other countries, abroad countries like Finland and everything, they have started adapting and using. In our educational system, if the people are sitting on the floor, our parents will come and question you why they are sitting on down when we are paying this much fee. But in Finland, the children are studying in the like Gurukula Vidya, how they will be sitting under the tree where the guru will be teaching. Such type of education is going on where the parents are not paying the fee. The government is paying, the Finland government is paying the total fee for the students. So such type of scenarios are there. So many concepts, whatever now they adapted by the abroad, it is all implemented, originated in India only. So the next thing is, in the pandemic session, you all very know how much struggle every school and colleges they had, how the teachers and students were being connected with the help of Google. So the online and digital education was the thing which was expansion, and online and digital education was being implemented to leveraging the technology to enhance the learning and assessment and administration. See, especially the online education, in national education policy, there is a Shiksha portal, every dish, antenna, Airtel, like Byju's or so many other people, they have started a separate channel for the class wise. Because if you take first standard, if you take 12th standard, there are different subjects will be there, like a core subject or a co-curricular subject or an extracurricular subject, whatever it is. So we need lot of focus for the students to do it. Only the bookish knowledge alone will not give them a abundance of the knowledge, because education is the identity of a next generation. That's how we have received the knowledge, and we are just passing the knowledge to the next generation. So this education should have a peerless system. That was the main agenda, to bring all those things. Now almost all the books are digitalized, and the people started even instead of reading the books, they can hear the books also. So all the LRSW skills are being used successfully. So this digitalization plays a vital role. Most of the schools still, they are not into that particular digitalization, but they are using this Google Classrooms, Google activities, like that, to share the homeworks and all, because it's a free platform. All the schools and the students and teachers, they are utilizing in a proper way. Then when it comes to autonomy to the institution, it is a very innovation and experimentation, I can say, because the most of the institution government is providing like a free labs. If you take Atal Tinkering Lab, ATL, so it is a free service by the government. They are giving a complete structure and infrastructure for the people. Even language lab, such type of labs also introduced by the government, where the schools are not going forward to apply and get it done properly. So people do not have the time to focus on such things. So such type of implementation has to take place. Even language lab, the government is giving you with all the guidelines and structure. There are in the portal many people like MPanel registered for the teachers, how they are there. Even myself is also an MPanel registered trainer in NCRT. So such type of things they are providing. Then governor of reformation, what it is? Decentralization. Decentralization of all the autonomy and the accountability in the educational institution is very, very important. And that's how the lot of conferences are taking place, like G20. There are many conferences on NEP is going on till now. There are 4 years over after the implementation. Even now, we need to know what is NEP, because there are lack of awareness in the state government, because the national level they have implemented, but the state level people, due to political reasons, they are not allowing to implement properly this NEP in the schools and colleges. So when it comes to the higher education, this multidisciplinary method is followed. 3 years of education has been brought into 4 years. So this 4 years, anytime they can entry and anytime they can go out. Every year, soon after their completion, they will be awarded with the certificate. When finally 4th year comes, then only the professional certificate, they will be getting it. So like that, even 2 years after, if they discontinue, after 5 years, they can join. Such type of beautiful rules have come so that the students can make their education fulfill. So there is no disturbance or discontinuing in the pattern of higher education, because lot of students get discouraged or discontinued due to lot of factor. They have to go for a job, they have to take care of their family, or they have family circumstances, or these students will be moving to abroad along with the parents due to the job profile. Like lot of things were there, but now due to this national education policy, this system was being adapted completely. Earlier, there was open schoolings also there. Based on the students, if their students are participating in sports, if the students are having a long time absent in the due to the ill health or anything, the students can go to the national NIOS board, and every state has adapted now. After 20-25 years, now they have adapted. Even the schools following, even international schools, they have one particular section for this slow learners or the people who are into this kind of education they wanted to go. They have a separate open NIOS schooling in the school itself. In the IB school also they have started following. Then focus on language. See, I know 13 languages. Right from my 5th class, 6th class, I started learning from the Chitragana music, where all state languages will be there. I completed my Sanskrit examination, I completed my French examination, and I completed my Hindi examination. Like I started my career as a Hindi teacher right from my 13th year. I started teaching all Prachar Sabha examinations, and that's how I become into a teacher. So language plays a vital role. If you know the language, if you know the command over the language, you can travel any part of the place. English is a global language, but that is by default, people have to learn. But apart from that, the territorial languages, people are not flexible. Even in Tamil Nadu or anything, wherever the place, if you say Tamil is a territorial language here, but people do not know to write properly the language. So whatever be the language they are focusing, and they have brought into three things here. The first importance given for the terrestrial language, the state language, and then the mother tongue languages, and then foreign languages. So all these things also, the national education policy giving importance for the literacy and their learning purpose, language learning. The language flexibility has to be there. So this language multilingualism also introduced by the NEP. So the next one is sports and arts. See, sports and arts, when you are considering this, the integration of sports is very, very important, because you can see in most of the schools, whenever the maths teacher or any other subject teacher having any problem, they will hire the PT period only first. They will hire the computer period only first. They will hire the library period only first. So this kind of a problem was going on. I am one of the international commissioner for Hindustan Scouts and Guides, and it was run by the Ministry of Sports and Youth Affairs, and also the South President for dance sports. See, the belly dance, salsa dance, such type of Western dancers are eligible to participate in the Olympic. But whereas our traditional dancers like Bharatanatyam, Kuchipudi or any other state dancers are not participating in the Olympics. It is also considered as a sports. So this was the prime agenda where the sports have to be introduced in the schools. Weekly 2 periods are must. Similarly, the arts. When the arts are introduced, the children can make the diagram well. The mind mapping can be increased, because the left brain and right brain activity, the children can able to focus on the both the brains, left brain and right brain. Left brain is like a copycat. Right brain will give you the creative analyzation. So the diagram and the arts helping the students for their physical fitness and their mental fitness is possible only because of the sports and arts. So this has to be introduced as per the NEP. Then adult education. That is one of the very good important thing, because it emphasizes on the adult education and lifelong education. Because as a human being, we all consider that we are a human being, means it is 3L, lifelong learner. Right from the mother of the home till the tomb, we are all learning. That's how we always say Jai Gurudevo Bhava. Whoever coming in front of us, we learn a lesson from them. Either it is good or bad. If it is good, we are going to enjoy the benefit. If it is bad, we are going to take out a lesson from the person. So we learn from them. So this adult education in any age, they can able to do the study. That was the open systems were followed by the university to upgrade their education at any level, any age. There is no age limit for the education. So then internalization. So what is internalization is the promotion of international collaboration and exchange. You can see most of the students who are in a college level and higher education, even it happens in CBSE 9th, 10th students also. The students are exchanging. Even there is a beautiful program called Ek Bharat and Shresht Bharat in the government, what Pradhan Mantri has introduced. Every country, every state having one pair state in like Tamil Nadu connected with Kashmir, Andhra Pradesh connected with Punjab. Like one state was being connected, there will be a cultural exchange program. Like a cultural exchange program, the academic programs also can be exchanged in collaboration with some of the countries. I'm also one of the US Board Accreditation Commission, where I'm holding nearly 19 honorary positions in abroad universities. I'm also one of the UK London ambassador. So whenever such type of collaborations are taking place, we will come to know what we are lagging, because whenever there is a power cut, we always see the next house, whether they have the power cut or not. So that was the human tendency what we are having. So similarly, the neighborhood, what they are following, what they are adapting, how better we can go. All these policies has been revised and framed in the national education policy for the betterment of the students and teachers. Then research and education and innovation. So it emphasizes all the educational innovations. See, nowadays we say that project-based education, student-centric, so many other names we are keeping. But this kind of a project-based, research-based education was followed in our Gurukul stage itself. The Gurukul stage, Guru will not give you an assignment like what we are giving now, papers to papers, where the students are copying directly from the Google plagiarism happening, cut copy paste, and where the teachers are giving for the cut copy paste more marks, and for the reality, whoever is writing with the handwriting will get poor marks. So this plagiarism method is not the real project method. The project method has to be identified. One has to do on their own. Do it yourself. One has to do on their own so that they will never forget what they have done. So this kind of a practice was there from the Gurukul age onwards. So the Guru will not teach with the lecture method, give you an assignment to do by today evening. There will be a time management will be there. So like this, only one small story also I'll tell you. When the Guru was wanted to introduce something, and he gave a concept and assignment to the student, and they divided into 4 parts. Every people have started moving into different direction to do something. So they have been searching what is the unwanted, useless material in this forest. So they went to the forest, they started searching. Nothing was they could able to find. It is useless. At last, something they have to take it. No, so they have taken a drive leaves. When they were about to take the drive leaves and show it to the Guruji that this is the useless material, immediately the 3 ladies who came there, one said, I am taking this for my house to use as a fuel. The other one said, it is a medicinal leaves we will be utilizing for the medicine. The other one said, there is a leakage in our roof, so we will be using these leaves to the hut. So at last, they could not able to find any useless material. They all went as an empty hand to the Guruji in front, and they said, we could not find any useless material. Then the Guruji said, this is the lesson today. In this world, God has created everything. There is nothing called useless. Everything has a purpose to reuse or to recycle it or to use it. So in this world, nothing called useless. So this was the lesson. So the practical experience was given to the students so that they will be having this memory lifelong till their death, I can say. Then universalization of the education, ensuring the access quality of the education for all, right from the preschool or higher level. Because in the pre-primary segment, earlier there was no any curriculum for the kindergarten level. And now few of the people used Montessori method. But now early childhood care in education, ECCE, was a pattern in preschool where the teachers have to be trained. So it will be like multiple intelligence we are telling. So many methods are there what people have been introduced. So all these methods have been followed and introduced in a very proper way. Then multidisciplinary education in the higher education system, how it has been like all the science, humanities, technology, all those things fostered into the interdisciplinary learning process has started in the college level of higher education. So which will help them to get and acquire a beautiful knowledge from all the disciplines. Then competency based level of learning, because nowadays in this world, the competition is not with others. The competition is within ourselves. One should know how to compete our skills. So once if you are doing this properly and they can able to excel and put their effort properly. So shift from one learning to the competency learning level based and emphasizing the skill development method is one of the excellent method, I can say. In the higher education system, as per the national education policy, there is no MPhil. MPhil was disconnected. I was an MPhil candidate, a PhD in corporate secretaryship and also in education. 19 honorary doctorates I received. So now MPhil, there is no value for that. Then AICTE or UGC, all these things combined together, the Ministry of Education has formed, and they were not right royally focusing on that. They are focusing completely by 2040. The India must be the superpower in education. So that was the agenda behind this. And foundation of the literacy and numeracy skills, right from the lower level of kindergarten, they are introduced with so many other things. The life skill education has given more and more importance because most of the students, their IQ and their critical thinking, problem solving thinkings are developed when they are attending more and more competitive examinations. So in the school level, this critical thinking and problem solving, this will emphasis on developing the students will be made for the life skills. So based on the life skill, all these critical thinking and problem solving things to be introduced. Even one of the beautiful method called open textbook method, OTBS it is called. In foreign and abroad, people are using that method only. When you restrict people more and more, they tend to do that. That is a human psychology. When you give openness and freeness and draw a line, make their own rules for them, then they will try to abide and follow those rules and regulations. So that was the very, very important things to be introduced in the schools. And this American US board accreditation is totally based on the open textbook method only. Where if the students are started finding on the textbook, one should know where is the lesson if they wanted to copy and do the malpractice. So that they have to understand the concept and rewrite it. Even previously the grammar also, the traditional grammar one we have to follow. But nowadays CBSE is not insisting based on the transactional, conversational grammars. So whatever I'm speaking, if one or two English grammar mistakes can be there, but even then one can able to understand. So the concept, whether the child has understood or not because of the grammar, if they cut the marks, then there is no use of the students what they understood, because the examinations are thoroughly conducted whether the child understood the concept or not. So based on this, there are many changes have come into this national education policy. Then flexibility and autonomy, it's one of the, based on the curriculum, it has been introduced. Institution, even in the assessment pattern also, school-based or the board-based examinations and assessments are prepared. And digitalization is one of the very, very important thing, as I say. So this national education policy is a vital boon, I can say, because not like a continuous comprehensive evaluation, CCE, it's not going to stop within this 4 or 5 years. This national education policy is going to go at least 20 to 25 years. But even then, one more important thing in this is when it comes to the skills for education, the curriculum preparation, the NEP is concentrating on the parental education also. So the students, whoever is studying in pre-primary or a middle school, primary school or higher secondary school, the parent mindset is also different. So the national education policy introduced parental syllabus also. I don't know how many schools they are following all those things, but there are beautiful parental tips are provided along with that. Once if we conduct like a PTM, parent teacher meeting when we are conducting, similarly, if we have sessions based on the parental tips and the syllabus and these books and guidelines, if the schools are giving, definitely we can have a change. Because I have authored a book called Pillars of the Society. Kanyakumari to Kashmir, even abroad, many schools, I have thousands of schools I have done the research. Based on that, what I have identified is the pillars of the society is nothing but tips: teachers, institution, parents, and students. So these are the 4 pillars. These 4 pillars will cover the entire society. So if these 4 pillars are joined together, then only the society can become strong. The problem of Kanyakumari or the problem of Kashmir in education is same. The parent mentality is same. So students' mentality is same. So what is required? We have to unite and find the problems, nearly 39 problems, the core problems which I have identified, and given the solution. As a teacher, what you can do, as an institution and a school, what you can do, or as a parent, what you can do, as a student, what you can do to bring out and overcome from this problem. So such type of books I have authored, and there are a lot of books which I have authored, and it's all published. Even in Amazon, it's available. So this national education policy is a student-centric, 21st century skill progressive things are there. But according to my knowledge, as I visited a lot of countries, our Indian education system is the vital core teaching and learning abilities are there. But this national education policy has adapted everything, brought everything into that. And if we implement, definitely the success story will be continuing for years together in transforming the knowledge into the next generation. I hope my national education policy session will be useful to you all. Thank you very much for the opportunity given. If you have any doubts and queries, you can ask.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful explanation on the topic National Education Policy 2020. Really, it was very knowledgeable session because you covered all the aspects which were not clear if we studied, and I also learned from different trainings, etc. But you have made it very, very clear. So I'm very thankful to you. Now I request all the participants for your queries. If you have, please come ahead, dear participants.
Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, all of you. Thank you, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Bedkar, sir, Professor Prashant Ogade, sir, Dr. Prakash Karad, sir, and all our organizing committee members. Thank you so much, ma'am. Today's topic is very, very important in current education. You have made a very excellent, wonderful and excellent presentation. Your lecture is very informative, knowledgeable, and excellent session. I have one question, ma'am. First question is, what is the main aim of new education policy? And please explain, ma'am, generic elective in NEP, in higher education.
See, in higher education, as I told you, the colleges, UG or PG, the interdisciplinary course they have introduced, MPhil they removed, and apart from that, 4 years of the UG PG courses they brought. And first year there will be a basic level, they'll get like a diploma certificate once if they complete the first year. Second year they'll be having the advanced level, professional level, and then the degree course at the final level. Anytime entry and anytime exit has been introduced. This national education policy exclusively introduced for making the students to 21st century skills. They have to be adaptable. Now, you know very well, robotic, IT, coding, like so many other aspects are there. So nowadays, the people, digital education is very, very important. It is not that people who are studying science or maths or social or literature, they should not have the digitalization skills. They should have the digital skills. That's what the interdisciplinary method has come.
I think that your explanation is very wonderful and excellent, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Uh,
Ma'am,
uh,
I have one doubt, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm currently pursuing MPhil Commerce, but
Okay.
my Viva got over,
Okay.
and nearby colleges I have applied for assistant professor posting,
Okay.
but they telling me that they don't value MPhil.
Yeah.
So
Now anything after 2020 they have removed. No.
yes, ma'am, but it I have completed, no, ma'am, because if they have their MPhil, they completed MPhil means will they remove it also? They don't value their MPhil also, ma'am.
Yeah. Once they removed means it's removed only.
For others also, they will remove in from their name.
Your certificate will be with you. It is valued. But when it's going for a job, it is not valid. They will never consider that MPhil now as you have completed additionally, because national education policy is not providing that facility for them. And that reason I don't know why they removed, because a lot of students who have passed MPhil, even myself also an MPhil corporate secretaryship graduate.
Okay, ma'am.
Anybody else?
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Uh, your guidance is excellent. My question is, what are the challenges for students and teachers in national education policy for
See,
implementing this document?
these challenges and implementation policies is only these 4 years, because the student suddenly all of a sudden they are having 3 years. After 3 years, whoever they have joined the new policy, for them only it was applicable. Even the MPhil, what she told previously, what she completed, also the same thing only. So the implementation, if you go through the national education policy, there are 1/3 of the pages are totally given for the implementation only. See, government has given a lot of insights, inputs for the students. There is called Udan, one system was there. So this Udan system, making the students to participate all the conferences, and experts from the national level and international level will be taking the classes. They need not go and pay for Byju's, Akash, Fiji, like that. Lot of huge amount of lakhs they need not pay. The similar kind of technology, similar kind of a workshop and conference conducted by the government, and they have been putting everything at free of cost into the portal. But people having the, whenever it comes as a free, people never value for that. So it was going in that way. So properly, if we introduced all these methods as per the guidelines given by the NEP, definitely the students will be already 45% of the students, they are all creamy level immigrated to the abroad. The mediocre levels, they are placed in a top level Indian places. So the below average people only working here and there in India. So the students, if they complete all these things as per the NEP guidelines and policy, definitely there is a chance for the students to be a torch bearers in the global level.
Hello, madam. Thank you so much. My next question is, the teachers were asking me, where is your educational policy 2020? 4 years are completed, but they are not reflecting nowadays. The
See,
teachers were asking me, where is education policy?
See, the education policy they have introduced, and we have been giving training for everyone. So this kind of a workshop and seminars, if they are attending, then definitely will be there. So obviously the numerical skills or any other skills, nobody can change it, because the concept, definition and formula never change. Even the CBSE, like that, CI, OBSE also there. 157 country board curriculums are being introduced in that. So this kind of an informations people do not know. They should come out from the, because beyond the textbook, beyond the classroom, beyond the school, there are much more to learn from the society and the globe. So the teachers always, they should have to upgrade their knowledge. If they are not upgrading their knowledge, then they become outdated. So this NEP will help the people and the teachers and students, even the parents, to update their knowledge, not to become outdated.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
The higher classes, the soft skill communication level and their personality traits, like so many other aspects are there which has to be focused for them to be a better student. Any other questions?
Hello. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, Dr. Bedkar sir, Principal sir, Prashant sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made on NEP and really explored the various facets of the NEP in front of us. And thank you very much for revising, because unless and until it is not reinforcement, the reinforcement has not done, I think it will not get implemented in our real life. So I think that is a wonderful thing what you have done today. My question is, for every syllabus and every course, there is a course outcome, program outcome. And then, we are having what we have means what the objectives are there and what we have achieved at the end. So when we are going to implement NEP and especially the CBDC, that curriculum dynamics, what we are saying, CBDC means?
Your network is not stable, I believe. Can you repeat your question? I am unable to hear you.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yeah, now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I will keep my screen off so that will be easy for everyone. So my question is, what will be the outcome of NEP 2020? What we want to achieve exactly after 2020? Because when we are saying, in a medical field, we are having so many fraternity like homeopathy, Ayurveda, and everything has its own essence, and everything has. I'm from the medical faculty, so if suppose I'm having an integrated approach over there. Yeah, definitely. But what will happen, the real original essence of that particular system? That is my question. Thank you.
Two words only I could able to hear. And there in Apollo.
Hello. Net is very stable with me, ma'am, over here. I think some problem is there on your side.
And based on this, the training division, as you are a medical student, professor, there are 753 courses available. The medical field, all our human body has divided into all small parts like eyes, ENT, like that, different ortho, nerves, like that. There are plenty of courses available, but the students unable to join. If they feel that the cardio doctor will be paid more, then people are moving to that only. Earlier, all BCom students, commerce students were there more, but now most of the people, whoever you ask, they are all an IT students. But whether they are having that skill, no. That is the main reason people have to focus on their education. Even the colleges, we do different kind of services, the incubation, soft skill communication trainings, all those things we do it. So the incubation, they should have to bring out with the new ideas. So,
ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. My question was we are promoting the integration, and we are doing different systems of medicines and different branches also, like BAMS, BHMS, BUMS, MBBS, and other things. If suppose a student wants to do, part of it over here and part of some other subject of orthopathy, so what will happen with the real essence of that science, particular science? Like Ayurveda has its own principle, homeopathy is having its own principle, and then I'm turning to MBBS and started learning pharmacology over there. So what will happen, with those kind of things? So what kind of integration we are really expecting? Thank you.
As you said, the integration with the courses, what is this? Now MBBS is totally focusing on allopathy medicines only. Ayurvedic, Unani, on other Siddha and all those things have become alternative medicines only. The government wanted to implement all those things, not to integrate. So the students who are studying these courses, they have to develop their skills. But whereas the alternative medicines nowadays taking up good growth. Why? Because I have also completed acupressure courses, floral aura courses like that. So the students immediately want to focus.
Minister of Ayush is there for this development of the sciences. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Ministry of Ayush is focusing on all those things. But in the national education policy, as per the NEET and everything, the students, mostly if they are not able to get good marks, they are all again turning back to IIT or IT engineering courses only. They are not coming to the alternative medicine courses.
Yeah, a very good evening to Bedkar sir, Prashant sir, Swanan Shukla sir, and to the honorable speaker today. Ma'am, I would like to add a few points in order and in reference to connect with the MPhil and PhD that in 2023 and 24, even till in this year also, there is a notification that the students pursuing or has completed MPhil are eligible for PhD admission directly. And if we take it into consideration with NET, so only MPhil plus NET clear is eligible for PhD, but without MPhil we have to clear both NET and JRF. Without JRF we are not eligible for PhD admission, so this is a restriction. Those who are giving that MPhil are directly eligible for PhDs, but if we are not interested and we are not carrying that MPhil education with us, then we have to clear that JRF, and that is really a remarkable test because they are not clearing the NET and JRF on the basis of the correct answers. They are giving the percentile on the basis of appeared candidates in the respected subject. Like in 80 subjects, NET and JRF is being conducted. But as per my experience, the result was given on based on the number of candidates appeared. So this is a benefit of students pursuing MPhil till this year. Later in the coming years, like 2030, they have marked it, and they have not implemented NEP 2020 fully, as it will take a long time. So they have implemented this for class 12th and 11th in 2022 itself. They have changed the syllabus, they have changed the marking scheme. Then they are this year was targeted for 9th and 10th class, and then later slowly every year is targeted for the primary classes also, in order to cover the subject and change the books and publication, and a lot of more things are yet to be added. And the books we are teaching in schools currently in any standard are have been upgraded up to an extent, as we get a mark there NEP 2020 syllabus, as per the NEP 2020 syllabus. So this is the current situation that we are facing with NEP 2020, as well as the latest notifications are being followed. So it is not yet fully into the what we say implementation. It is partly in implementation from 2022 syllabus itself. After the ending of COVID, the offline classes once started, so they have partly implemented this, and by 2030 it is their target to implement it in full mode. Like you must be knowing, for NEP 1986 and the other schemes were in like NCF 2005 and CC. So they are not going in a one go, that we say. We are going in several shots, we can say that. And for MPhil, thank you for elaborating my knowledge also, that it's not valid for job, but yet it is into admission and education also, because even the Delhi University has not de-recognized it. They have opened admissions for MPhil also, and several other universities like Maharishi Dayanand and other government universities, as I have connected with. So they have opened admissions for MPhil also. So I would like to add this point, that it is yet in existence, but in future, in 2 or 3 years, it will be of no use, but only other than a just educational certificate. And thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am. It was a nice presentation. You brushed up all my points as I have myself taught as an education teacher, and I appreciate that you have completed PhD in so many subjects. I was thrilled with the introduction, and I was motivated also that one can perform this much. And one thing I just like that you have given your excellence in so many language courses. That is really remarkable. I really appreciate you. So I believe that, and I think that we will be connected in the future also. And thank you. I liked your presentation. It was really very nice.
Thank you. Based on your question, the MPhil, as you told, the private organizations still they open for the subject, but whatever it is, national eligibility test is very, very important, because once if they are going, once the MPhil is there, they are unable to cover the PhD. Once they complete the PhD, there is a post-graduation PhD is there, post-PhD. So nobody is touching to that level, because the PhD is nothing but they have to do something innovatively. But whereas all plagiarism taking place, they are just cut, copying, paste, or they are giving a thesis to somebody else from the market. It is available, so they are just getting it, submitting, and they are giving some viva and they are completing the process. But that is not PhD. PhD, most of the people will ask, what is my syllabus? What is my question answer? How the question answers will be there? It is not just by hurting or anything. The education has to be transformed. People are not having that proper idea, because people are lagging. Majority of the people do up to MPhil and they close it. They're not going to the PhD. That was the main reason. A place called small country, Israel. So what is the rule, there? For the people wanted to get married, in India, age is the criteria, but their age is not the criteria. One has to complete their PhD. That means something innovatively they have to do it for the country.
That's
You
good.
something the service to the country, and then you get married or do enjoy whatever you want. So that was the policy there. Because they are a small country, they wanted to compete with the global level, means they should have to practice something hard. So that is the condition. But here in India, we have more than 120 crores of population. So we are unable to reach the 100% education level, though we say education to all nearly for 30 years, 40 years, we are telling, but we are unable to go. That was the main reason. National eligibility examination test, if they completed, then they are allowed to go and teach to the higher education. That was the main reason why it was taken. You ask anybody, people who have not done this postdoctoral session degree, nobody has done. Very rare phenomenon only.
I think that is not even in common and not known to everyone also. Like, even I got to heard it from you today. So thank you.
Thank you.
जी सर present sir.
Very much, sir. I think it's audible.
Yes ma'am. Yes. Sir, please ask.
Please ask Vikram ji question.
No, sir. I am satisfied for your speech.
Network issue, Vikram ji.
One time present for yourself, and another speech for your long time. No attendance, sir.
Patel sir, you join every day, daily. Will come topics.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kente sir, Rupi Taranum ma'am, Sham Suresh sir, Dr. Swanan Shukla sir, also Chetna Arora ma'am. After long break, ma'am, you have joined and also shared some views. And thank you, Vikram Patel sir, for your nice queries you have asked and ma'am have explained it. Let me tell you about the keynote speaker, that Lakshyam Educational Group. It was a very renowned institutional group, Bharat Shikshan Ratnas Lions at Tamil Nadu State. Madam is a great scholar and well-renowned educationist with the legacy of 3 decades, means last 30 years she is serving, and she is multilinguistics and versatile personality. She promoted 257 corporate schools. Also, she has written 675 textbooks. And ma'am have written also 300 poems. Trained many students, lack of students and teachers. She is a chairperson for Lakshyam Educational Group in Tamil Nadu States. Also the commissioner for sports and scouts. She is also an education ambassador for UK London, academic director of American University, dean in Commonwealth, then Southern president for Olympic dance sports. She is also an educational partner of Google. So such kind of versatile personality we came through in today's session. So thank you so much to all these personalities with keynote speaker. Now I request the chief organizer of an international conference, our ideal principal, Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, to please welcome sir.
Thank you, Prashant sir. And with due respect to our today's resource person, Dr. Professor M. Rajini madam, what she achieved in her education career is very great, as introduced by our Prashant sir, and I have received her biodata in message. So madam, your contribution in this field, we are very lucky. We are just learning about the outcome or implementation of the NEP, but the person who is actually member of that, which you are that, and directly we have gained so much about the education policy vision, how it was started, what are its effects and outputs of this, how India will be the power in the education field. So these things are you have explained very nicely and very effectively, so that it was not just showing the points of NEP in the speech, because when we invite some expert, he or she can read what is the draft of that, but not beyond that. You have given just comparative idea, what the idea was behind that, how it is effective to all education system, how India is leading to all these things, how these policies are interchanged with other countries. You have studied and visited all that. So extract of all your efforts in the field of education you have explained here. We are so much thankful for you, and in future also you may be connected for another speech if you have a time. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So one of my friend is there in webinar itself. Frank, I don't know whether she wants to speak or not, or she's listening to me even.
Okay.
So I convinced my friends to be a part of this group. I hope they will remain connected.
Yeah. I have shared my contact number in the message, and whatever the feedback or any questions, queries, you can ask me. Right from kindergarten to PG, whatever the doubts, I can clarify. No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Once again, happy for Guru
Purnima
Purnima.
to you. I forgot to say thank you to you.
And even July 2024 only NEP was introduced.
Yeah.
So
Very best
we are
coincidence.
celebrating that.
Best coincidence of today. Thank you.